so Salem can continue this trend of repeat entries for Melbourne. McDonald caught behind, but he's able to raise up and take a strong contested mark, and we'll have Melbourne's first shot on goal.
Well, I love that forward structure there. You had Ben Brown coming to the near side, almost as a dummy lead, trying to draw his opponent out to create a little bit of space. As they come forward, this is what McDonald does really well. You go back to what he did last year, where he found his best form again, his ability to launch at the football. He's such a difficult matchup. He does it in the air, and we know he can do it at ground level, and a good opportunity for him to get the D's first.
33 goals last year, Tom McDonald. Normally a beautiful kick, and that's no exception. So the D's, after numerous inside 50 opportunities, able to get their first goal. And they're so exciting when they get on the outside. Jackson to Spargo, needs a kind bounce. Might go off the deck himself. Charlie Spargo! A pre-season highlight, if you don't mind, from Charlie Spargo. Kicks it off the deck, and the D's get their second of the game.
Front of a stoppage clean like that.
Jackson down to Oliver, and here they go this time from the centre bounce. The Star accelerates away, hoping for McDonald, and in the front, in the end, Brown comes through. So we know this long run up from Ben Brown, which has been so effective for many years. 25 goals last year, 9 times he kicked 2 goals or more from his 13 games, and perfectly executed. So the D's hit the lead.
They worked it out with Wiedemann being the one that got squeezed out.
Petrarca, Oliver, Sparrow sees a lot of open space in front of him. The Chandler, who won his left side here, shrugs the tackle, has a good look at the goals, and the D's have 3 on the trot. Lining up here, we know he can launch a big one. He doesn't go for goal here. He goes towards McDonald, who read that superbly off the boot, and now has an easy set shot attempt.
Well, it's just weighted numbers. Kangas putting themselves under more pressure than they needed, trying to be a little bit cute off that half-back line. But I love that kick from Max Gorn. That's almost a set play. That is a come up, allow your defender to sit underneath the football like Mackay was just then, and you launch over the top of him. You actually sit the ball on the spare defender's head.
Great kick from Gorn, allows McDonald to kick his second goal. And that's 5 on the trot now for the D's, as Tom McDonald puts through his second. So high expectations.
So he's got a little bit to live up to, the young man.
His Sandful season last year was to die for. Gosh, that is a gutsy kick, a well-executed kick from the D's. It might go all the way for a goal. A long left foot from Chandler has found its way through the middle. Brown didn't even have to touch it.
That's gone 75 metres, and 68 of them were on the fly.
Over the top towards Taylor. Terrific smother, though, from Smith. And Smith applies the tackle and wins a free for holding the ball. And the D's, again, have lots of options inside 50. And it's hard to ignore Ben Brown, who marks just inside the paint.
He's got the leg from there. We know he's a very straight approach when he kicks those set shots from this distance. Don't be surprised if he just arcs out to his right for a couple of extra metres. What about the system, the defensive system of the D's there? Had great representation long down the line. Larkey was the only option, but they also entice the opposition. I think there's a nice short one through the middle, and they just pick him off.
So played 130 games with North Melbourne. Ben Brown famously kicking 60-plus goals in 3 consecutive seasons. From 52 metres, he has flushed that.
Look at that.
He's hit that perfectly. Terrific kick from Ben Brown. He's got 2. He's the 3rd demon with multiple goals in this game. To Hibbert, great rebound and cleanliness from the D's. Petrarca got hands to ball. McDonald ran into Petrarca, but he's still got time to find Jackson over the top. He's got Spargo to his left, Harms to his right. Spargo goes to Harms. That is textbook coast-to-coast play from the D's.
That is devastating ball movement. Electrifying. Harms came from the back flank. He was involved in that initial contest. Petrarca was forward of the football. What I love about that, that's just in case sort of running. Just in case you need me, Ben, I'll be there running shotgun. And Harms gets rewarded getting the football. There'll be times that he doesn't. That is just a power surge from the half-back flank.
The D's hard running on display there as Harms has already had an opportunity for goal today.
Nice.
And that's a lovely finish as well. So they've got their kicking boots on the D's. 8 goals, 3 they move to now. That's 7 goals on the trot.
Gets an opportunity.
Another clearance for Oliver to pick it to Petrarca to Neil Bullen. Linking up via hand once again. Neil Bullen might go towards goal. It looks good off the boots, and it bounces through. Another long-range goal from the Demons. First from Chandler from the car park. This one from just outside 50 from Alex Neil Bullen, who gets his first of the day. And the D's now have a 40-point lead. They've been very slick. Salem switches. Hibbard goes through the middle of Casey Fields and goes inside 50, hoping for Gawn or Ben Brown again, who's really gaining some confidence and plucking them from everywhere.
Well, he's up against young Bailey Scott there, so he had his work cut out for him, so Ben Brown should mark that.
That's the thing, he's always been such a great mark on the lead, Ben Brown, but if he can get this contested mark game going, which he saw glimpses of during his time at North Melbourne, he's going to be a force to reckon with.
Well, you think about him on the lead, you think about the contested marking. Now, the one area he's not brilliant at, and not everybody's perfect at everything, is probably the ground level stuff.
Yep.
But when you've got the likes of this small forward line as well for the D's, if he can do those first two out of those three, he is a hell of a player.
Third set shot of this third quarter coming up for Ben Brown. Probably the easiest look he'll have, though, from almost directly in front. And he makes no mistake. Nicely done from Ben Brown. He kicks his third goal of the game, and that is 9 straight goals for the D's since the first quarter.
In our country, but you can do whatever you want, I guess, when you win a flag.
Gawn sends it long and deep. Phillips waiting to pounce. Heavy tackle from Harms, and he wins a holding the ball free kick. You could hear the slap on the arm as Harms laid that tackle on Phillips. And he can have a set shot.
Well, he's a good kick of the football. Just wonder whether there's starting to be a slight breeze to the left of screen. So going in favour of North Melbourne, just by the reaction. This might give us a good look to see if that breeze has just picked up a tiny bit.
26 years of age, James Harms. Still plenty of great footy left in him. Gives it a good ride.
No issue at all.
Lovely straight kick from Harms, who becomes yet another multiple goal kicker in this game. He's got 2. Truson half forward area. Pickett almost picked it up cleanly off the ground. Horn Francis starting to get his hands on the ball a little bit more. That kick just held up in the breeze ever so slightly. Real tough task for Patrick Walker, especially when Brayshaw was coming the opposite way.
We'll get it as far away from our goal line as we can make it.
Really good look on our Kayo Sports cameras here at Angus Brayshaw's set shot. And he's done it superbly. Great kick, Brayshaw. He's got his first. The D's get one back after 2 consecutive North Melbourne goals. And with a kick towards half forward, but Pickett. How about that for a contested grab against Bailey Scott?
What about the way he twisted his body in air to protect the drop of the ball, knowing that Scott was coming the opposite way?
And Josh Walker, outstanding grab from
Hard
Pickett.
to teach that.
And Gawn is in the pocket and almost uncontested, able to take the mark. Lovely lead up from Max Gawn. And the skipper, who proved in the preliminary final last year, he can genuinely kick him from anywhere on the ground at any time, in any way, can have a shot from a tight position, but the right side for a right footer.
Is that one of the best finals performances you've ever seen last year, Max Gawn?
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, certainly by a ruckman.
Oh, easily by a ruckman.
Absolutely bonkers performance that was by Gawn. 40 metres out, keeps it simple and keeps it straight.
That's shelling pea sort of stuff for the big fella.
Kicking him like a key forward that's been doing it his whole career, Max Gawn. A couple of casual high fives as he puts through his first goal of the day.
Fly on the wall to hear the conversations from the coaching staff trying to work out their best team.
And still Bailey,
week in, week out.
Still Bailey Fritsch and Jake Lever and Jack Viney and Melksham all involved in selection conundrums as well. As Petrarca unloads from beyond 50 and kicks the goal.
Gosh.
All class Christian Petrarca. And the D's take their lead to 10 goals straight. 14-7-91. North Melbourne 4-7-31 as Petrarca slams through his first of the day. Harms able to get around Stevenson with ease. Kick it long inside 50. Petrarca almost had the mark. Brown picks up the crumbs and kicks the goal, and that is 4 for Ben Brown. He's been doing it mainly from a set shot today, but the big man, 200 centimetres, did the crumbing on that occasion.
And just was missing. But I think if he does, or someone's down behind play, it looks like it's Ben Brown.
Yeah, just noticing that. You can see that at the top of your screen there as well.
Might have been a bit of a body check from Josh Walker. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But if you're playing at that level that Christian Petrarca is, the challenge is to continue to stay at that level. You know, it takes a huge demand, both physically and mentally, to stay at the top of your game and the top of the competition. They're all coming for him. They're all trying to replicate and be that style of play. If he can just keep having a similar season, Benny, can't ask for much more.
That's right. Just looking at Ben Brown, he's okay. He's just getting to his feet right near the behind post here. You can see him at the top of your screen. All focus now is on the bottom of your screen where Max Gawn runs on the arc, unloads. Look at the curl. Big Max says, how good am I?
Very good is the answer.
Gawn
Extremely good.
kicks his second goal of the day. Struck that beautifully.
Actually generates natural overlap.
McDonald grabs it out of the ruck, snaps it around the body, and puts it right through the middle. Tom McDonald with his third goal, and the big key forwards at the D's have made an impact on the scoreboard today. 4 to Brown and 3 to Tom McDonald. Is in the ruck because I'm looking at the bench and Gawn and Jackson are both sitting on the pine. And it doesn't matter because the D's have got the clearance. Sparrow paddles it to Oliver. And can he get a lick of the ice cream? He certainly can.
It's grand final day again.
Look away now, Bulldogs fans. As
look at that.
Oliver explodes out of the stoppage and kicks his first of the day, and personified peaking at the right time of the year last year as well. Did the Demons as Brown comes up and on the second attempt takes a strong mark. And that was a tough marking attempt as well because Josh Walker, who's been valiant for North Melbourne in defence today, was right on his hammer, and Brown marks on the right side for a right footer.
Can't do anything about that, Josh Walker. That was as close to your opponent as you can play.
So we can't go back here. Ben Brown on the long run up. It looks like he might be going around the body. Now Kayo Sports camera perfectly positioned to capture this attempt at goal. And he goes through, Ben Brown, for goal number 5.
Here behind play, Salem just coming from the ground in the hands of the trainers limping. So it looks to be a lower leg concern as Harms snaps one around his body on the non-preferred. It's a lovely finish.
Just keep our eyes on that. Harms kicks his third goal for the day. He's been amongst the goal kickers today.